Hey, what's going on, dudes? Banshee here, and today I will be reacting to the Fnaf Secret of the Mimic interview by Dawko. Today, Dawko will be interviewing SteelWool Studios for upcoming game Secret of the Mimic, and I am very hyped. So I'm just going to cut straight to when it starts. I'll see you guys then.
Hey guys, it's Dawko. I have a very special video for you today. I am so honoured to be interviewing SteelWool Studios again. This time I've got Evan with me, and we're going to be talking about
He interviewed
Mimic. So,
them about Security Breach before it launched.
I've been looking forward to this game for so long. We got the trailer a couple months ago, and it looks insane. And everybody's hyped up.
I like that
so
trailer.
Excited for the release in June.
Looked too much like Puppy Playtime, though.
For this interview. Well, Evan, thank you so much for coming on for
thanks
this.
for having me. Yeah, great to see you.
Yeah, great to see you as well. I loved your posters in the back, by the way, of like the Fnaf Hello Neighbor as well.
I'm missing my Help Wanted one.
That's sick.
Yeah, you did Help Wanted one, yeah.
Yeah, got a Zelda poster.
Well.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, sort of ask, how's it going? Like, how's
Help
everything
Wanted
going
3
so
confirmed.
far, with Secret of the Mimic and just SteelWool Studios as a whole?
It's going really great. You know, things are getting all crazy, close to launch. You know, we're in the home stretch.
Marketing. Where's the marketing?
The team is working incredibly hard to polish things up, and you know, it always gets wild.
That's great to hear.
It's really great to see it. You know,
Let me turn this up.
We've been doing play testing and stuff, and Trey, you know, the regular sauce, he's been doing his tests, and it's so much fun to watch. He's having such a great time. He's about halfway through the game, and he always says it's his favorite SteelWool game ever. So that makes me.
Oh, he's play testing it. Oh, that's sick.
What's funny is he hasn't even gotten to the coolest parts yet. You know, don't tell him though. I want him to be a surprise.
Ooh.
Oh, that is so exciting. I love the regular source, and yeah, that's so amazing.
He made such cool cosplays.
It's his favorite SteelWool game. I'm so excited to play it. I really am. So what
Next
was it
month.
like developing this game, like branching out to something completely different that we haven't really seen in Fnaf before, like the prequel to everything that we know so far and stuff.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to like spoil anything.
Yeah.
But it has been really interesting to, you know, explore this new setting and in the 70s time period. You know, these new characters with Edwin and maybe the origins of the Mimic, right? You know, it's great because we get this opportunity to explore a side of the Fnaf universe that nobody's ever seen before, and I think that's very exciting for us.
Yeah. I think loads of people are excited as well because I've always wanted a game like just before everything, like before. You know, like a FNAF
For Fredbear's, yeah, FNAF Origins.
So yeah, I'm super excited.
Oh, I'm so hyped.
One thing I wanted to talk about is Ruin. So I know so many people had a positive reaction to Ruin and the vibes of Ruin.
It was so much better in Security Breach.
I think you took on those positive reactions from Ruin to put into this new game.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've always talked about, as we're concepting this game, keeping the tone darker, more similar to Ruin. I will say there's a little bit less linear than Ruin was, but we wanted to keep a lot of the bespoke, really interesting.
So it's not as linear as Ruin,
right?
but not as big as Security Breach.
Much more claustrophobic than some of the games of the past, which I think we really liked.
Because when
I just hope it's scary.
Secret of the Mimic in VR, right? But from the trailer, it looks like it's flat mode. Are you doing both VR and flat mode on launch, or have things changed?
Yeah, we pivoted a little bit. We're launching in flat, Steam and PS5 flat, and we're going to take the VR coming after launch.
Oh.
Hey, that's awesome, because I get to play it twice then for videos. So
okay, flat mode. Okay, so I'm buying it on PC.
Yeah,
you guys might get a playthrough.
Like,
ooh.
If both came out at the same time, I was like, okay, what am I going to do first? Am I going to do VR first? Am I going to do flat mode first? So yeah, that's awesome.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Like I can do both then. That's amazing.
I'll do both too if you guys want it.
To be fair, I was probably going to do both anyway, but it's a bit easier now if they're releasing at separate times. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, as you saw at PAX, you know, the game looks great in VR. It's super scary in VR. It's really great, but it's very challenging to develop both VR and flat at the same time. I mean, ultimately, these are different mediums, right? They have their strengths and weaknesses, right? The tech and the art and the design. You know, it's challenging to keep both of these tracks, both these trains on the same track, basically, right? So we're separating it out, and hopefully we can provide the best possible experience for the most number of players at launch with Flat and then VR coming in soon after.
That's awesome. How carefully are you putting the books in consideration?
Ooh, are they canon?
So,
Are they canon? Are they in continuity?
Lore about the Mimic and Edwin. Did you take that for this game?
Yeah, we've actually been talking about making this game for a long time, and we were developing the game kind of while these books are coming out. So, yeah, I will say it's interesting. Again, I won't go into like the books and all of that, but
they're canon.
It's interesting to work kind of in dual mediums.
That's awesome. I'm going to take a pit stop because SteelWool have gave me 2 posters to share during this interview.
Ooh, what are they? What are they?
A nice time to do the first one. This is the first poster, and I'm going to show the second
Locked
poster
out.
around the
Your
end
data
of the
driver
interview,
is
so
key.
you guys have to stay tuned and look out for that. So yeah, the first poster that SteelWool sent me. Thank you, by the way, SteelWool. I appreciate it. It is a poster
That's
saying
supposed to be like the
locked out.
Faz wrench.
Your data diver is the key. So my first theory looking at that is that data diver has a bunch of keys on the poster as well. I'm guessing it's basically might be a mechanic where you can use the data diver to unlock doors and explore and stuff like that.
You're not far off. I
Okay.
think, yeah, absolutely. And it obviously has a more than a passing resemblance to the Faz wrench.
Yes.
And that's not unintentional. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I feel like people picked
Very
up on
similar.
that as well on the trailer and stuff too, that it's very similar to that. So that's interesting. I love that. So yeah, you did say previously as well that it's less linear than Ruin. So are we gonna go? I'm guessing that's more exploration in the.
Was it
the
just
factory and
bigger than
stuff,
Ruin?
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Or is it like
When we
open
talk
world?
About this game, we talk about it in layers, and that applies to both the narrative and the gameplay. There is a we call it the golden path, right? It's the main line that you would go to complete the game. You can follow that path.
Yeah.
But you don't have to. There's other things to do.
Oh.
There's other stuff to find. I'm really curious to see.
Oh, exploration. Ooh,
Oh,
that's
wow.
sick.
Yeah, that makes me so excited because I love stuff like that because obviously not going to theorize about it, but like, if you explore different places, you find things that might lead to a different ending and stuff. So
Oh,
that is,
multiple
very,
endings.
very
Oh, that'd be so
exciting.
sick.
Oh my god. I'm gonna shut up now because I'm gonna be like, oh, you get to find like something that belongs to William Afton or something that belongs to Edwin, and you get
Oh, I
secret
want
tale or
like
something, you know
audio
what I mean?
tapes of
I won't-
William or
I'll shut
Henry.
up
That'd
now.
be so sick.
But I'm so excited. When this game comes out, I hope you guys get to see my reaction to.
Can we just
to
appreciate
stuff
Dawko's
that.
shirt right here?
I love watching the
Nightmare
reaction
Yawn
videos. I watch
shirt.
all
That
the
looks
streams.
so dope.
Yeah, it's the best.
Might get it.
I'm gonna go
That
absolutely
looks so
insane
dope.
if things happen that are in my head right now. How much creative input did you guys have with the story?
Oh, was it SteelWool or is it Scott?
involved or at all like helping with the story?
better
putting it
have.
together.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the best way to describe it is that we're creative collaborators, but Scott is always kind of the prime mover, right?
Yeah.
He sits at the head of the pyramid.
Scott's always on top.
We've worked with him for many years now, so I think we've built enough trust that he allows us to make a lot of the on-the-ground decisions as long as we're following his overarching direction.
I don't want another
That's
security breach
awesome. I
situation.
don't know if you can answer this, but how is Scott feeling about this game? Is he excited? Is he hyped
Ooh,
up for
does
it?
he like it?
I think it's fair to say that yes, everyone who sees this game is very excited.
Oh, that's
Yes,
so
that's
exciting.
great to
Oh,
hear.
God. Did you take any feedback from Help Wanted 2 as well?
Help
and
Wanted 2 is
development with
great.
that?
I loved it.
You know,
It wasn't scary, but it was fun.
Yeah,
And that's what I
absolutely.
liked.
think that was one of the impetuses for making the shift to flat is just so that we can have everyone play the game on day one, right? One of the things we heard from Help Wanted was like, hey, that's great, I really want to play it, but I don't have a VR headset or something like that. So, okay, well, that's a bummer, right? We want everyone to be able to experience it all together on day one, and then absolutely we want to support the VR side as well, but if not everyone has that.
I wish you
headset,
made a
that's
security
not-
breach VR.
Yeah,
I feel like
think
that would
that's a
actually
nice
make
thing
that
to do
game
as well,
scary.
So everybody can play it at launch. Yeah, that's great. A lot of people have noticed new characters, new suits and stuff. I don't think we're even in.
I want to see Fredbear so bad. Oh my gosh, that'd be so sick.
What was it like just having that freedom to do your own things and creativity? Probably mostly for the first time, like making your own designs of costumes and stuff.
Right. Yeah, it's funny, right? Because this game takes place in a costume workshop. So
Costume manor, yeah.
There's more than a few interesting costumes going on here. Scott really early on sent us key art that he had worked on with his artists that sort of showcased these like creepy hallways and stuff. And he said, this is kind of the tone that I want from this game. And in that key art were certain characters like the mushroom and the jester and stuff. And we were like, okay, first things first, we're building these characters. So we basically took almost all of those characters and put them into 3D, built them all out. And then we said, okay, well that's some, we need more. So how are we gotta flesh out this roster here. And then we started pulling inspiration from, other Fnaf games and where we wanted the story to go and what sorts of things we were trying to say with the characters. And, this isn't a Fazbear like facility, right? So this is, some of it can
This is completely different.
It's not, right? So yeah, we started building these character roster out that in a way that was starting from Scott's concepts and trying to be in that same world. Gives us a great kickoff point from what kind of world he wants us to be building.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Alrighty.
And I've already seen online that some of the new characters are people's favorites, which is so cool to see, and I can't wait to see that. Maybe some more characters and stuff. I don't know.
One thing I don't understand why some people think is that William and Henry only operate the restaurants. Like, there's multiple managers and employees. It's not just them two.
So, did any games that Scott's made or you guys have made in the past take any inspiration for the development of this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we look at all of the FNAF games. I mean, at this point, we are FNAF experts, right? That's what we're paid to do.
FNAF experts.
So yeah, we research
but
very
eat some
deeply
pretzels.
into every FNAF game and look for any shreds of reference we can pull and connections we can make, because we really want this to be a contiguous part of the entire FNAF like continuum, right? We don't want it to live on its own as this weird side thing. But it's interesting too, as we're developing the game, there's these certain themes that start re-emerging. Right, I call it thematic repetition. They say like, what's the saying? History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. It's sort of like that, right? These ideas that aren't necessarily direct one-to-ones, but there are these like churning, narrative motifs that come around again. And I think we see a lot of that, and having that emerge as a prequel is a really interesting dynamic, right? Because
I'm confused.
Right, this like the sequel influences the prequel.
Yes,
right?
yes, yeah, that's awesome. How long has this been in development then? Like you said,
Ooh, how long? I'm guessing 5 years.
Early on, when the books were being made and stuff. So, how long's it been?
I think it was, we first started talking about it kind of early 2022. Yeah, long time ago. And
wow.
But it was always on the back, right? It was always like we'd kick around ideas and like, oh, maybe this, maybe that, maybe here are these story beats. Does this make sense? We're talking about it while Ruin is being worked on. Eventually, Help Wanted 2 is being worked on, and we didn't get full active development until after Help Wanted 2. So it's been about a year and a half of like all hands on deck, full studio active development.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's only been working on for a year.
Like this, like for a while with like the Fall Fest posters and stuff. It always feels like you've had it like in your heads for a while. Like I remember in Help Wanted 1 when you guys had the Fall Fest. I think it was Fall Fest 1983 or something like that, and everybody was saying, "What does a Fall Fest? Are we doing Fall Fest?" And yeah, it's crazy to think that was 6 years ago, and now we're finally getting something of involving like that kind of thing. So yeah,
it's one of the fun things of working on a franchise like this is that we can look like really far in the future, and maybe we don't know exactly what forms things are going to take, but we can kind of see where we want to go and start laying some groundwork in the games that we make.
Like you said, the game's been in development for about a year and a half, right? How big is
That's kind of worrying. That's only been developed for a year.
Okay, so it's funny. It's so hilarious. We wanted to make a claustrophobic game. We were like, okay, let's make narrow hallways, small spaces.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to get some water. All right, play in 3, 2, 1.
Originally being concepted, as a VR experience, things in VR feel a lot like bigger than they are in flat, right?
Oh, yeah.
In VR, you can reach your hands out and touch the walls, but if you were to make a 6-foot wide hallway in flat, it would feel very narrow, whereas in VR it feels very wide, right? So we're trying to find like the right size of this building, and we know it's going to be a character workshop. We know it's a warehouse, so there's larger spaces and smaller spaces. And so, like, early on, we said, okay, well, how big is this map compared to Security Breach? And we overlaid them, and the entire footprint of the facility could fit into Roxy Raceway.
Oh,
which
wow.
I thought
What?
was hilarious. It's like, wow, I thought we made a big game. But I think for us, it was all about density of design, right?
Yeah.
And there's multiple stories and secret passageways. And,
So it's very
hidden
small.
false walls and stuff.
How
like
long
that.
is the game,
So,
though?
you might find a smaller room, but it might have, a lot more going on than it would if it was the same content but stretched in a much larger space.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I think a criticism on Security Breach was that maybe it was too big.
Too
right?
big, yes.
So it's really cool that you guys are doing something like that, like very claustrophobic and in its own factory and stuff.
I hope the game is long.
Very exciting. I can't wait to find all the secrets.
Security Breach is like 12 hours long, which is
To
crazy.
go through the Mimic. Okay, so
The Mimic
is from the books.
The Mimic!
Just how accurate or true are you guys going to be sticking to the Mimic, or have you again, this might be no, I feel like they might be spoilery, but like, have you got
Spoilers,
like have you changed? Yeah.
I will say if you read the books, you don't know the full story.
You don't know the
Okay,
full story.
That's perfect. It seems like you guys, I know you guys are doing some, like, Edwin's factories separate, right? But it feels like you also still trying to connect it with the Fnaf universe at the same time.
I think that's fair to say.
So it's a Silver Eye situation.
Yeah, can't go into too much detail, of
It's
course.
so hard.
But I will say this game was made for Fnaf fans.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of connection.
I don't like that. Last time they
Do you
said
know,
that.
like,
Last time someone said this was made for the FNAF fans was the FNAF movie, and that movie freaking sucked. Oh, I hope this game is good. Oh no.
an average projected length on how long the game?
Yeah, how long is it?
Yeah, we've been doing the regular Sauce's playthrough, and he's 6 hours in. I'd say he's about halfway through
12 hours?
The main line of the game, which I would say he won't even discover half the game at that point. So, we're looking at maybe like 8 to 10 hours for a single playthrough, and that's just like I said.
Whoa.
You could probably go 15 to 20 hours, and if you want to be a completionist,
Whoa,
Oh,
that's
wow.
crazy.
Difficulty-wise, is this game challenging at all?
Ooh, is it hard?
Is there some hard moments that's probably going to make me cry on camera?
So yeah, we talked about layers.
Yes.
So there's like the top layer. You can stay at the top if you want, and the game is moderately challenging. It's what we would expect, like someone who's maybe never played a FNAF game before.
Yeah.
They come in, they play the game, and they have a good time, and they beat the game. They get the credits, and good job. But again, that's only the top layer. And as you go deeper, we're gonna start, maybe asking for a little bit more effort. I don't think it'll be like, UCN or anything.
Oh,
but,
50, 20 minutes.
Oh no.
no. But definitely, there's some more challenge the deeper you go.
So yeah, like you said, like there's like a top layer. So do you think this is easily accessible for new FNAF fans who haven't played a FNAF game before, can just dive in?
Or is it difficult?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? And from a narrative way as well, right? We want to, we tell a story that everyone can understand.
I'm gonna make my girlfriend play it in VR.
It's a game that everyone can enjoy, right at the top, but that's just this thin veneer at the top. And then very quickly, you start moving into deeper secrets and deeper connections and, harder gameplay and, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting. From the trailer, we see, like I've mentioned before, new characters and stuff. Are there any that haven't been shown yet?
Probably a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, thanks.
There's a lot. You know. Oh my gosh. Huge shout out, by the way, to our characters team. When I pitched them what this game was gonna be, their eyes like, oh, are you kidding me? Like,
Wow.
no. There's too many characters. Like, no, we can do this. I believe in them, and they pulled it off. It's amazing.
Oh, that's so cool. Awesome. Did you guys have, because this game's set in the 70s, right? Did you guys have any other influences that inspired this game at all? Like movies or other games?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously FNAF games are like the biggest influence, but outside of the FNAF games, I really was pulling a lot from Alien Isolation early on. I think that was a really great
I've never heard of that.
reference for us, especially because I mean Alien being kind of like a retro futurism of the 70s anyway. It has some interesting aesthetic tie-ins as well as the gameplay
Dude,
stuff. Right?
these pretzels are
And
so
then
good.
outside of games, I would look at like environments and tones of like 70s and 80s horror movies, you know, like The Shining or like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and that kind of thing. Not so much for the content, but for like, you know, the aesthetics and the right. And then also I think the biggest one though, outside of all of that, are these like practical VFX workshops, like Jim Henson, like Tippett Studios, right? These practical effects shops. And if you've ever been in one of those, it's wild. You walk down these hallways and it's like there's like stories just in piles. You know, it's just like, oh, that's that thing from that movie and that thing from that commercial, and it's just spilling into their work. And they're like a hoarder. These guys, they make paths around their like movie props, and they're constantly, it's just so much creativity spilling out of every, you know, corner. And then a lot of the digital VFX guys in those shops work next to the practical VFX guys. So they're on their computers, but they're getting like, you know, splatters from the paint and stuff. And it's just such a really cool, you know, gritty environment. And we really wanted to pull from that. So, you know, a while back we did some work with Tippett, and we went there, it was many years ago. And there's the guys that did the Jurassic Park, you know, practical VFX and stuff. So, you know, it was really great seeing that. Those were, I'd say, our biggest real world inspirations.
That is so cool. So yeah, like in the factory, like from some of the screenshots that we got of some of the rooms in the trailer, like shelving units with just a bunch of random different props and stuff everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, that's exciting. I can't wait for that, because like I'm assuming you guys have put like props and stuff in that FNAF fans are probably gonna pick up on. So
Yeah.
That's
when
awesome.
the regular sauce was playing, he'd be like going through some of these and be like, "Oh my god, that looks just like my workshop." And I'm like, yes.
Oh, what? That's dope.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Developing this game, has it been a challenge? Have you had some like challenges that you've had to face, or has it been just a breeze? Basically?
19 questions already.
Like
oh my
anything
gosh.
is a breeze. There's some ups and downs with every project and stuff.
Sure, yeah. Collaboratively making art has a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
And I would say this game has gone a lot more smoothly than maybe you would expect. I think this was one of our better productions as far as that goes. Yeah, I think the team is absolutely amazing. They are really pushing the boundaries of what we as a studio are capable of. I mean, I don't, maybe I'm biased, but I think this game is some of the best work this studio's ever made.
Ooh.
I'm so excited.
Ooh.
You can't even answer this, but after Secret of the Mimic, are you guys still in your FNAF brains after Secret of the Mimic? Future plans?
Or are they getting fired?
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't, yeah.
I mean, I think it's obvious.
Yeah,
but...
no comment on that one.
Right.
Didn't they already
I'm gonna
confirm
get
more
the
games
next
after Secret of the
poster
Mimic?
Because when I saw this one, it made my brain start functioning a bit better than it is at the moment. Next poster that SteelWool sent me. Again, thank you so much.
Basic
yeah.
security,
This
repair,
one made me
creator,
think I was a
admin,
bit
execute.
more.
Your
So,
data
the
diver
poster
knows
says, where do you belong? Basic, security, repair, creator, admin, executive. Your data diver knows, and at the top right it's MCM. I'm guessing is that Murray's Costume Manor? And at the top right it's
Can we just look at this for a second?
I'm guessing is that Murray's Costume.
This looks like something from Minecraft. This looks like something you'd get in that Minecraft adult Happy Meal. You get like the little thingy, the little. That's what it looks like.
Humana.
I think, yeah, that is.
Okay, okay.
He
awesome.
agrees.
Is this a mechanic in the game? Is this teasing a mechanic in the game, or is it just a poster?
Well, it's not random.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely tie-ins to the game and the progression of the game.
The symbol that made me think the most is the executive symbol.
Executive?
If this is the date, like if the data diver has these different things, it's hard. Do these different symbols give us access to different areas?
That would be one thought. Yeah.
Or is he spoiling it?
Yeah. This is the problem.
Let's think about this together.
Yeah, because the problem is, right, I can theorize loads, right, but you know the answers. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm cheating. Yeah.
Because I think from the trailer, I think we did see like the helper on the computer, right? I feel like that might have tie-ins to this and stuff, and maybe logs on the computer. But yeah, it's very exciting. It really is.
Ooh.
Do you guys have anything cool planned before the release of the game?
Yeah,
Marketing?
So after the interview launches, be sure to stay tuned to our socials, and maybe we'll tease something out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Can't
You guys
wait
got
for that.
marketing?
Get everybody hyped
Marketing,
up for the
please.
release. It's coming up it's came around so quickly.
Didn't there?
It literally.
I swear they posted something last Monday called like Mimic Mondays. Are they going to post something every Monday? Are they going to use their website? I remember they post like every Tuesday the Security Breach cartoon. I wonder if they're going to do that for Mondays for the Mimic Mondays.
It feels like last week I was at PAX playing the game in VR. It's crazy how quickly development with games go. Like Security Breach was like what 4 years ago when it released. It's weird. Any final thoughts that you want to give out to the fans watching?
Yeah. You know, I just want to like quickly, Dawko, say thank you. You know, thank you to you. Thank you to everyone who ends up watching this. You know, we love making Fnaf games, and we couldn't do it without the incredible support of the community. You know, like I said before, we make games for the fans, and that's like a responsibility. I know everyone loves this franchise so much, and that's a responsibility that we take really seriously. So to see the community like reaction to the demo and the trailers and like all the fan art that's been being made, you know, it just means a lot. So yeah, thank you.
It's going to be so exciting. I'm sure everybody's going to love it. The reaction to the game, you know, was so positive when the trailer came out and stuff, and you guys seem to be experimenting with gameplay mechanics and stuff like that, like taking Fnaf in a fresh direction, right?
Yeah.
And
Rune
I feel
was
like
really
it needed
fun. I
that.
liked
I
Rune.
really do. I'm so.
I'd rather play
grateful
Rune
for you
than
guys.
FNAF
I'm
2.
thankful for Scott for finding you guys in the first place. Back when Help Wanted came out, and you know you guys have been doing amazing things since then. So
Didn't
very
SteelWool
exciting,
make Hello
very, very
Neighbor?
excited. I can't wait. I can't wait.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
What are you most excited about from what you've seen? What's the
Tables have turned.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you watch my
Lord.
videos, but I want. Everything I've seen so far is great, by the way. But
It looks
I
good.
want the thing what I love about FNAF is juicy lore.
Lore.
I love lore.
I love lore.
so much, and I just want to know like what's going on, like Fazbear Entertainment's involvement, and I'd love to.
Audio tapes.
I'd really,
VHS
really love
tapes
to
from like
see
Henry
some
and William.
involvement with Fredbear's Family Diner, and seeing those Fredbear Family Diner posters on the walls everywhere, and I don't know. I feel like something's gonna happen, and I'd love to just the story about Edwin as well. Edwin's involvement, like what's Edwin been up to, and obviously lore about the Mimic, and yeah, Fazbear Entertainment's involvement, like them wanting the Mimic so badly, and the ending of this game too. I'm very, very interested in, like, you know, because in the future games, like Edwin is kind of forgotten about, right? And I just want to see just what happens with the factory.
I wonder if Edwin dies.
And just again the involvement with Fazbear.
Because I know he
Entertainment.
dies like in the
I'd
future,
love
but
to see,
I wonder if he
this
dies
is
in the
very
game
high
here.
hope, like high, you know. But I'd love to see like Henry or William being involved somehow. That would be really cool too. So yeah.
Awesome.
You obviously can't confirm anything.
Yeah,
but
no,
yeah.
I can't confirm or deny anything, but hopefully we won't disappoint.
Yeah,
I think
that's
we got something
awesome.
for you.
Yeah, nice. Okay, Evan. So from this interview, you answered the question so passionately. Where did that like passion of like game development come from? Have you got like any? I'd love to learn more about you. You know, I'm sure everybody else would too.
Sure. You know, at the end of the day, you know, I feel like I'm an artist, and games in general, I think, are the ultimate art form. You know, it has the aesthetics and the narrative. I started my career in animation, and so being able to tell stories.
Yeah, weren't they like
is something
Pixar
that
animators?
I love, and I think games do it better than anybody else. That being said, the Fnaf community is why I love making Fnaf games. Truly, we've worked on a couple different IPs in the past, and you know, the communities there are fine, but nothing compared to Fnaf fans. We've been working on this franchise since Help Wanted 1, and that was, I don't know, I think we started maybe like 8 years ago now or something.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's just been an amazing, amazing experience. So thank you.
Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Evan. We're going to end it there, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed the interview and it's hyped you up more for Secret of the I'm sure
that was
there's
dope.
lots more hype to come after this interview from SteelWool. So that's very, very exciting. And yeah, I just can't wait. I can't wait. From what you've said, Evan, about how long the game is and how much exploration there is, and it's just very exciting. I can't really speak how excited I am. Like, I really, truly am. And yeah, that will be on the channel, guys. Massive thank you, SteelWool, for giving me this opportunity to interview the wonderful Evan. Shout out to Aisha and Jessica as well, who are lurking in the call, listening to everything I say.
Oh, what?
PlayStation, Secret of the Mimic, guys. Make sure to.
I'm definitely getting on PC.
It's very, very exciting. And yeah, just a massive thank you again, Evan. SteelWool, everybody, I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are more excited now, and yeah, it's I don't know what to say now, so I'm just going to end it because I keep rambling.
I do that, dude. Dawko, you're
good. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching, and yeah, you'll see me playing Secret of the Mimic in about a month or so, probably screaming my head off. So yeah, bye guys.
See ya, Dawko. Oh my goodness, that was a cool interview. I really liked it. Now, I do kind of wish they shown a little more, or they talked a little more, but what they did talk about, I mean, they said the game's only been worked on for like a year. I don't know about that. Wasn't like Security Breach worked on for like 5 years or something like that? No. No, Security Breach was worked on for like 3 years, I think. And it was, Security Breach was too big. Security Breach was rushed. I really hope they don't rush this game. Every single game except FNAF 1 has been rushed. I can tell. FNAF 1 is good. Perfect. Flawless. I love it. FNAF 2 released early. Really, the gameplay, FNAF 3 released early. The gameplay, good lore, but FNAF 4 released months early. The lore, the story, Sister Location had no custom night. We got custom night like 2 months later. And the gameplay, Pizza Sim, I liked Pizza Sim. I think it was really good, but jump scares, I don't like the jump scares. I feel like it could have been polished a little more. Then Ultimate Custom Night, ooh, jump scares in that game, horrible. They're so bad. I was playing it last night with my girlfriend, and freaking, she was not scared, and she's scared of literally like everything. Then FNAF VR, that was so rushed. Everything looks so weird. It looks like concrete. The Wizards weren't even in it. They used FNAF 1 Foxy for FNAF 2. Like, what? Springtrap looks horrible. FNAF AR just sucks. And Security Breach, horrible. Security Breach, Such a bad game. Ruin was good. Ruin was really, really, really good. I think Ruin did great. I really liked it. There's some parts, like the Mini Music Man, I didn't like, but I learned how to do it. But other than that, I liked Ruin. Yeah, I do wish it was a little more scary, but it was really good. Then Help Wanted 2. Help Wanted 2. Oh, that game is so good. I love it. I loved it so much. I just wish it was scary. Oh, it's so good, though. Help Wanted 2 is so good. And oh my gosh. Now we got Secret of the Mimic. I hope it's good. I really hope it's good. I hope it's good. I just want a good FNAF game. Oh, wow. Anyway, I'm rambling on. If you guys enjoyed today's reaction, please scream at that like button like a banshee. Subscribe if you're new, and leave down in the comments below what you want me to react to next. I'm reading them all, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!